Alright, so we're not going to be studying the 2011 Rush this weekend. I ended up having a school project that I thought was going to be a couple hours and ended up lasting all day yesterday. So I still wanted to get a video out because I stick to my word around here. So we are going to end up compression testing the 2011 Rush 800 and the 2005 700 Edge. So I'm at Harbor Freight. We're going to stop in, grab a new compression tester. I haven't had a working compression tester in the last couple of years, so gonna stop in, get a new one, and then we'll head back to the shop and we will compression test both of those and cover a little information on what the compression's supposed to be on those machines, and we'll go from there. So see you back at the shop. Alright, we're back. This is the compression tester kit we got from Harbor Freight. We are going to want to use this adapter. Got the compression tester there. We took the side panels off, both sides on the Rush. I don't really want to take the top off, so we're going to try and get away with just doing the side panels. You just need a regular spark plug wrench to take the spark plugs out, and next time you see me, we'll have the compression tester hooked up to the pull cord side. Okay, so I hooked up the compression tester to the pull cord side. Didn't have the throttle wide open, and it came up just about 90. So I thought that was kind of weird. It really shouldn't even run at all or very good at 90. So then I hooked up clutch side, PTO side. That blew 90 as well. Throttle open, throttle closed, they're both blowing 90s. So, and I also took the top out, the top plastics off to try to get a better seal, see if I didn't have good seal. So not sure what's going on there, if it's actually that low or something's not accurate with this compression tester. I know it's from Harbor Freight, but usually brand new they at least blow correctly, so I don't know. I would think at 90 psi per cylinder it would not run very well at all. So I'm going to compression test the 05 700 Edge, see what that blows, and go from there. So I'll be right back. But as you can see, just under 90 there, and it really shouldn't even be running at that point, but it runs good. It doesn't stumble, doesn't stutter or do anything. It's a little hard starting, but it's got old gas in it, old plugs. So you can see it's hooked up to clutch side there. We did Meg's, or pull cord side. So not real sure right now. So I'm going to get the edge ready and see what that blows. Be right back. Alright, I'll try to do this one-handed here since I didn't show you much on the Rush. Just the 90 PSI surprised me. So take your spark plug wire off, get your wrench on there, loosen up. It was already loose, I loosened it up earlier. So get the PTO spark plug out. Throw that down there. Grab our spark plug adapter. That end. So you'll want to put it in like that, spin it. Doesn't have to be too tight, make sure you don't cross thread the head. So that should be tight enough. Again, doing this one-handed, so bear with me. Grab the compression tester, hook that up. Like I said, got compression tester hooked up to the adapter. Adapter's in the head. We'll just lay that over here. Now we'll pull. I'll be back. So after about 3-4 pulls, it's at 90. So this compression tester is not accurate. No way. So I'm gonna do pull cord side. All right, pull cord mag side is blowing 92. So, or 90 as well. So this compression tester is definitely not accurate. It's got a good seal. I mean, both engines are cold. They weren't warmed up at all, but so I'm gonna guess that 90 is actually supposed to be 120. That's what these engines, Polaris engines, are 120. So 5, 6, 700s, 800s, all should be 120 as healthy. So I'm gonna guess that's what 90 is telling me it really is, because this is brand new rebuilt, 0 miles on it. That has got 7,000 miles on it, on the pistons, but it starts up, I mean, it starts kind of hard, but it's got all gas in it, so I think that's what's going on. And it needs spark plugs, but it runs good. It's fast still, doesn't die in reverse, so I'm gonna guess that compression tester is not accurate. So yeah, your 5, 6, 7, 800s Polarises, they should be 120 psi per cylinder, and within like 10% of each other, or something close to that. As long as both cylinders are relatively the same, you're good, and you're somewhat close to 120 psi. The new 850 Patriots, I have no idea what they're supposed to be. They're a single ring piston. They could be 130 now, 120, I don't know, maybe someone could let me know. But I have no experience with the 850s yet. So I'm gonna button both these sleds back up together real quick, and I'll be back with you. Alright, so after doing both sleds, the 800 Rush and the 700 Edge, both sleds were at 90 psi. Now, that compression tester we just got at Harbor Freight could not be accurate. The reason I say that is both engines were cold when we did these compression tests. Neither one of them have been ran in a couple days, so I never warmed them up. That could be why they were both right around 90, but I've tested sleds before like this, cold. I know my ZR600 tested multiple times in the wintertime, cold, haven't been ran for a week or so, and it blew 125s, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with that compression tester I just bought is not accurate. I kind of figured, you know, you buy cheaper tools, you can have that, so I wasn't expecting snap-on quality out of that compression tester. Just wanted to see what they're at, and both sleds, both cylinders are equal, so that's good. That's always good to see. But yeah, like I said, I wasn't expecting much out of that compression tester. Although I probably will be buying a snap-on one and testing these again at some point. But yeah, so like I was saying, your Rush 800s, your Indy 800s, Indy 600s, and the Pro chassis, and Axis chassis, all should be 120 from the factory. Anything less than 110, I start getting worried and start thinking about doing a top end on them. Anything less than 110, say you're at 105, 100, definitely need to do a top end on it. So the Edge should be 120, the Rush should be 120. So your Edge 600s, 700s, 800s. Basically every Polaris engine from the late 90s, 2000s up until the 850 Patriot should be 120. I have no idea what the Patriot should be. I've not worked on any of those or know what they should be because they're so new and not a lot of independent guys are working on them too much. So maybe I can figure out what the Patriot 850 should be. But everything before that engine for Polaris should be 120. Your Skidoos, those run higher. I know my 08 800R XP, that should be 150, so I believe all the 800R engines should be 150. I think the newer, the E-Tech 800s, 600s, I don't know about the 600s, but I know the E-Tech 800s as well should be 150. I don't know about the new 850 E-Tech either. But I know on Polaris's up until the 850 should be 120. Generally Skidoo 800s should be 150. Cats, I know up until the 2010s should be 125. I don't know about their new stuff. I don't mess with their new stuff at all, so I don't know about that. But that's generally what they should be, and both cylinders should be very close to each other, like within 10%. So let's say I got a cylinder at 120 on the Rush and the other cylinder's at 115. I'm not too worried. If I got one at 110 and one at 120, I might be think about doing a top end on it, because obviously one side is starting to go down. And obviously if you got a cylinder at 120 and a cylinder at 100, definitely need to be doing a top end on it. So you want to look for hard starts if it's really hard to start. Dying when you put it in reverse, you hammer on it and it stumbles and falls on its face. Those are all good signs of low compression. And I also want to say that on this Rush we have a Bikeman reliability kit in it. That's been in it since it had 1,000 miles on it. So there's 8 on it and there's 7,000 on that kit. So it came with taller pistons, a taller base gasket, like a taller metal base gasket. And just shout out to Bikeman for that kit, because normally these 800 Rushes prior, so the Dragons and the Rushes up till 2012, they had a little bit of an issue with the bottom of the cylinder breaking off and going through your motor. So in 2013, I believe that was fixed. And a lot of people didn't have issues on it, but people that put a lot of miles on and also rode them pretty hard would break the cylinders and ruin your day. So we put the Bikeman reliability kit in it, and like I said, just shout out to those guys in that kit, because 7,000 miles on it, and I mean, I'm gonna say this sled's got 120 compression still, because the Edge blew 90 as well, and that's brand new rebuild. So yeah, great kit. If you guys are buying an 800 Polaris from 09 to 12, definitely look at that kit. Great. I'm very surprised that it's still got good compression at this point, with 7,000 miles on it. So that's it for today, guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. Send me an email. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see. Also, sorry I didn't show a lot of taking the plastics off on the Rush, or doing a lot of the setup work on the 700. I don't have a tripod yet, and no one else is here to film, so it's hard to do one-handed. I said I would go into some detail about it, so I just wanted to say, on the Rushes, get all your plastics off, get both side panels off, take the top plastic off with the headlight. It just makes it easier to get into that clutch side cylinder. So take all your plastics off, use your spark plug tool, remove the spark plug, throw the compression tester in the top of the head. Get it snug. It doesn't have to be completely tight, like reamed on, but just so it seals. And then generally do about 4 pulls, throttle open or throttle closed, doesn't seem to matter. And then just as soon as it stops building compression, that's when you know the test is over. So on the Rushes, you just have clip there, clip at the front, a tie, that side panel comes off. And then you got two 10 mils, one there, those come off. And then you, under this plastic here, right about in there, you got a plastic dolly just pop out. And then the, you gotta unplug the harness right above the clutches, and then the hood tips forward and it pulls out. It's very simple to take the plastics off on the Rush. And then on this old girl, just pop the hood. So yeah, sorry I couldn't show a whole lot of the process, but I just don't have that many hands.